Our riders aged 12 to 18 in the Aprilia Super Teens now have to tackle Northwest Wales as we are in the picturesque setting of Anglesey Racing Circuit. Welcome to GP Racing Dream.
Welcome to Anglesey off the North Wales coast. It's Thundersport GB and it's the Aprilia Super Teens on GP Racing Dream. This superb series for 12 to 18-year-olds, simply the best learning series in bike racing. It's a gorgeous circuit. We're going to go on a lap of it with Steve.
Thanks very much, Robin. Here we are then into the first corner here for the Super Teens. This is Target, a tricky left-hander, only down one gear and flat out as the teenagers make their way down into the banking. This is a corner that you can really go into with some speed. It is banked, aptly named, and then out of here, up through the gears onto one of the quickest corners here in North Wales. The right-hander, this is Church, on your knee all the way round. Some of these Super Teens will even manage to click up another gear around here, and then it's tuck in the slipstream. They may only be teenagers, they may only be 29 brake horsepower, but these bikes will reach speeds of up to about 110 miles an hour as they go flat out round the right-hander. Then it's uphill into the blind entry, change direction of the bike. This is off camber, it can be very slippy. Left-hander here, then a little dip in the road and a right-hander. As you put on the power, you've got to be careful of the high side coming out of here. Upright with the bike, up another gear, and then into Peel Corner, another right-hander. This opens up beautifully though, and you get to see a lovely view of Snowdonia and the sea. Look at that over there, but don't keep your eyes on it for too long, folks. Downhill into the corkscrew chicane. Left, then flick right, and then another left coming up, the final corner, Club Corner, back on the start-finish straight.
Thanks very much, Steve. Excellent stuff. Here we are. Oh, I better concentrate while I finish my lap. I think this is going to be the best of the session. Here we are. I'm on pole. Right, down on the grid, the true pole setter. It is the Aprilia Super Teens. The youngsters already in position. Steve's on the grid waiting for them.
30 Aprilia Super Teens aged 12 to 18 years old line up here at Anglesey for the next round of Thundersport GB, and Alistair Deas is on pole position and hopes to collect some serious points here today. Next on the grid, championship leader Tom Oliver. He's been so consistent this year, and that is why he's leading the championship. Ben Luxton, never count him out, and Ross Twyman's also looking for a podium. Keep an eye out though for the orange bib of Joe Francis. The 13-year-old won 2 races here yesterday.
Excellent stuff, Steve. Yes, another huge gridful of youngsters raring to go for this GP Racing Dream Aprilia Super Teen race. There's Sid out the front, familiar figure, points at the lights. And down there, twisting the grid, is number 17, Alistair Deas on pole position. Tom Oliver, the championship leader, getting a good start alongside him. But as they run down, well, through Target, the first corner, it's going to be Tom Oliver just with the advantage.
Well, maybe not as they go into the banking. It's Alistair Deas who's managed to use the advantage of the outside of turn 1 and get the inside line into the banking. The Super Teens all make their way around. No accidents, which is always good news. Very windy here today at Anglesey. That could cause problems, certainly for the smaller machinery like these Aprilia Super Teens. But it's Alistair Deas, 17, that leads from Tom Oliver. Ben Luxton, number 9, though, in the slipstream. He's going to pull up alongside the championship leader.
Yep, once more, Ben Luxton getting a good start, and they run up the hill into Rocket Inn, and there, tucked in behind, we can see Bradley Jones, number 75, just behind Ben Luxton. Just in front of Ben is number 15, Ross Twyman. Ross, who was the pole sitter last time out at Donington Park.
Yeah, lovely little move there by Ross Twyman into Rocket Inn. We're going to see 1 or 2 manoeuvres going into that. It's a very tricky corner to navigate, is Rocket Inn. But here we go into the final corner of lap 1, and it is Tom Oliver, the series leader from Colchester, 16 years old. Here he goes across the line, just ahead of 15-year-old Alistair Deas from Birmingham. Alistair Deas has got that lovely outside line swooping round, which will give him the inside line into the next turn.
Yeah, see if Tom Oliver can, yes he can, chop across his nose this time, and look at Bradley Bradley Jones. Great progress there. Bradley moves up 2 places, 5th to 3rd place for number 75. Keep your beadies on him. He is on a bit of a charge. He's at the head of that chasing group. Behind these two, the leaders out the front at the moment. It's Tom Oliver from Alistair Deus.
Alistair Deus pulls out of the slipstream there, and they're going to be side by side as they head into Rocket. Hold on to your hats as they go into Rocket in. Deus has got the best position, and he looks like he's going to make it stick. Let's have a look. Yes, he does. He's in the lead. Ross Twyman's gone ahead of Bradley Jones. Bradley Jones, just 13 years old from Stalbridge. This class for 12 to 18-year-olds. The youngest out there, Joe Sheldon Shaw. He's only just turned 12 this week. And, well, one of the oldest out there, look out for Ryan Longshore, number 10. But, yep, all sorts of ages out there. But at the moment, it's Deus from Oliver, from Ross Twyman, then Brad Jones. Joe Francis with the purple wheels and the orange bib has just tucked in behind into 5th.
Yep, he's the first of our real rookies out there, those that are absolutely brand new to big circuit racing this season. Ryan Longshore, of course, another of those. He's second rookie at the moment, but look at this. This is rare for super teams. A bit of a gap. Alistair Deus out the front. He will surely get nailed back before the end of this. A very, very competitive bunch indeed. Run down towards church, and if you're wondering, yes, there is a church just tucked over there and tipped over there. We have, is that Ryan Longshore? I think it is. That's Ryan with his rookie vest on, and he's okay. Oh, what a great shame for him.
Yes, unfortunate for Ryan Longshore, he's now out of the race, but at the front here, Birmingham's Alistair Deus really putting a charge on at the front ahead of Tom Oliver. Just behind them, Ross Twyman, encouraging to see 15-year-old Ross from Canterbury up in the top 3. He's had some inconsistent rounds recently at the start of the championship, but nice to have him in the top 3. Never count out Brad Jones, though, in 4th. What an impressive ride he's put in over the last few rounds.
Yep, getting better and better, isn't he? And this is exactly what we see season after season with the Aprilia Super Teams. They come on by leaps and bounds. They don't necessarily all do it at once. Maybe one part of the season there'll be somebody who's dominant, and then a few rounds in, and you'll suddenly see somebody who hasn't picked up any sort of result, and suddenly they can't get off the podium. They're always up there. But at the front, well, I did say he'd be pegged back, and certainly Alistair Deus, who had that little lead a few laps ago, now has company. There's 3 for it as Tom Oliver, and look at this. That's Ross Twyman just peeling around the inside, and well, he could do 2 in 1 here. He's up almost alongside, and he's now ahead of Alistair Deus. Ross Twyman hits the front.
Yes, and Tom Oliver looks as though he's, yes, he has. He got up in the 2nd position. So Deus there has lost out on 2 positions in 1 corner. Ross Twyman it is that leads then. Don't forget, folks, Cal Crutchlow, Casey Stoner, Sam Lowe's, Alex Lowe's, all these names come from this class. More recently, Wayne Ryan, Fraser Rogers, the youngsters you're seeing in the current British 125 Championship. This is where they started. And of course, some of these guys now moving on to the next step. And we've got GP Racing Dream, the next step, also coming up for you on Eurosport, the new Aprilia 450 Challenge. That will be coming up soon. But at the front of this one, it's 15-year-old Ross Twyman that leads Tom Oliver around the outside. And Alistair Deus nearly lost the front end there. That was almost a tragic incident between the two of them. How on earth did they keep it upright?
Well, absolutely brilliant that they stayed on. But look at it, it's meant that leading 6, well, it was kind of split into 2 bunches, and now they closed right up again. It was good to see also, Steve, that as they came down the hill then, they had to deal with 2 of the back markers. James Howard, as we see, I think, is that Aaron Coupland
yes,
off there?
I think it is, yeah.
We saw them deal with 2 of the real newcomers, Leanne Hunt and James Howard, who are at the back of the grid at the moment and at the back of this race, but they're learning their craft, and both of them doing exactly what they've been told, maintain the line, and it means the leading bunch, who are much quicker, can get through safely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same for them as it is for the guys at the front. They've got to learn their trade somehow. Joe Francis there with the purple wheels getting in on the mix, but at the front it is Ross Twyman with the black levers, number 15, that leads from Alistair Deus, number 17, and Tom Oliver in 3rd position. And look at this move here. He's done it time and time again. A lovely sweeping wide line, and he's going to get the inside line into the banking, is he? No, he's not. Joe Francis gone up into 2nd, so Ross Twyman lost out on 2 positions there going into the banking.
It is Alistair Deus, though, that has that superb line, but he was running it right out to the ragged jagged edge of the circuit there at Target. It's fantastic stuff, but you've got to be precise. You stick one iota of that wheel on the green stuff and you are history. Great riding from Alistair Deus, and look at this leading bunch. We've now got 5 of them in with a genuine shout of 3 podium places.
Oh, that was so close. Ross Twyman gets such good drive out of Church, and he nearly lost out on a bag full of points. Tom Oliver there just stuffing it up the inside of Joe Francis, the newcomer with the orange bib on. Great racing at the front of this Aprilia Super Teen race. It's now Alistair Deus that leads from Brad Jones, Ross Twyman. Championship leader Tom Oliver now demoted to 4th.
Yep, they're all taking turns at the front, and our leading group of 5 goes back to being a leading group of 6 as Ben Luxton has a better lap there and drags himself right back into contention.
As they go across the line to see the last lap flag, Alistair Deus there has got his, well, it's the biggest advantage we've seen him have over the course of this race, and there's some tail enders coming up. Can he hold on to the 25 points? He certainly needs them for the championship.
Certainly working their way safely past the slower machine there, but it is Alistair Deus that leads it with around about half a lap to go as they run out towards school. And there we see Alistair, and we can also see that there's another bunch of slower riders ahead of them. They've got to negotiate the slower riders before the end of the lap. Look at the battle behind. Brad Jones, by the way, has just put in the fastest lap of the race so far, and he's in that chasing group. As Alistair Deus, that was very cleanly done.
Yeah, he's very clever there. He managed to deal with 2 of the back markers into Rocket In, and then on Rocket Out, dealt with another one, and that's given him just enough of an advantage, I think, to guarantee him here a victory. But it's great riding from Brad Jones in 2nd position, and Ross Twyman could be on for a podium, and it looks as though Tom Oliver and Joe Francis and Ben Luxton may miss out.
Oh, and very close to the edge, but precise and beautifully done there from Alistair Deus. Well, he's going to love that. A win for Alistair Deus then. Brad Jones, an excellent 2nd place and the fastest lap of the race. Ross Twyman picking up 3rd, and Tom Oliver, well, Steve, this is how championships are built. Another good points finish for Tom Oliver in 4th. Joe Francis 5th, then Ben Luxton 6th, Max Simmons, David Allingham, Louis Dawson and Milo Ward completing that top 10. There, Alistair Deus, Brad Jones and Ross Twyman, the 1, 2, 3. And in the Nitro newcomers, Joe Francis takes the win from David Allingham and Milo Ward.
3rd place for Ross Twyman. Ross, after your crash yesterday, I'm sure you're very happy to be on the podium.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I got a good start, and I led for a few laps, and I stuck with them, and they just got me on the last lap, which is a bit unfortunate, but the next race is going to be a good one.
Anyone to thank at all?
Yeah, Brown and Mason, Jim Brazier, Brinkman Engineering, and Canterbury Dixon and Andrew Club.
Bradley, you looked very pleased across the line to take 2nd, though.
Yeah, well, I was really happy to get 2nd. Well, at the start, I dropped back a bit, and then I thought I needed to push through, so I pushed through and got 2nd.
And I'm sure you've got a few sponsors to thank too.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dylan Faber Roofing. I'd like to say a massive thank you to my granddad, who helps us out a lot. And can I say thanks to all the marshals and Dave and Bernadette for running the club.
Alistair, for a while you were in 2nd spot. Did you know when you were going to put the move on Ross?
No, I just managed to get us go on outside of him, and I was really happy about that. And then I've just tried to keep a tight line so nobody could come up on the inside. I'd just like to say a big thank you to Steve, who's been helping us out for a couple of weekends, and his son Louis. A big thanks to my dad,